All right, finally, I'm going to talk about transitions. So, transitions are the words and phrases that you use between ideas, between paragraphs that help your reader follow um, sort of the movement of your writing. So, I start out with early in the film. I'm going to talk about my transitions between paragraphs first. So I go from early in the film, I'm telling my reader that the scene I'm about to describe happens early on. Um, then I'm talking about my own viewing experience. So down here, I'm not talking about the movie. Oops, I'm not talking about the movie at all. I'm talking about my experience. I'm just saying I went to see Hidden Figures during my favorite week of the year, and I explain when it's happening. So in both of these, I'm kind of giving context for the movie and then for my own viewing experience. Then I'm going back to talking about the movie. So I left off here, I said early in the film, and I left off with them getting an escort to work by a police officer. So I pick back up, sort of referencing that. After their exciting commute, the women arrive at Langley just after NASA engineers have watched footage revealing that a Russian dog successfully orbited the Earth and returned home. So I just kind of tell you, like, picking up from where I left off, here's the next thing that happened. And this word after helps my reader understand what's happening next. Um, Down here, I'm not transitioning to a different scene in the movie. I'm transitioning to talk about something general that happens. So I'm talking about a pattern. Sometimes the prejudice is more direct. Um, so I'm introducing this paragraph, letting you know that I'm about to talk about um, some more direct examples of bigotry and prejudice. My last paragraph, or second to last paragraph, is a place where I talk about the theme, but I start this with a counter argument. And I said over here, you all do not have to write a counter argument, but for me as a writer, it helped me think about what I ultimately wanted to say about the movie, to think about what other people said about the movie. And I heard a lot of people say that they didn't like the movie because it was too simple. So I just sort of introduced that some people think this. Here are the reasons why. And then I transition to my opinion here with this word, however. I love the movie for. I could have just cut this part out and just gone straight into sort of my conclusion. I love the movie for the recognition. But since I have this counter argument, I start by giving my the opposing viewpoint's perspective, and then I transition into my own perspective. And then my last paragraph, I'm talking about watching the movie in the theater and my viewer's experience. So I transition using the phrase at the end of the film. So I start my review with early in the film, and I end my review with at the end of the film. A lot of people end that last paragraph with ultimately, like, ultimately, this is a book about, and then they talk about themes. So you want to make sure that your paragraphs, if you're jumping from talking about the book or movie to talking about your own reading experiences and then going back to the book or movie, that you're using these keywords like after or later on, page by page, just to um, just to help your reader follow what's coming next in the next paragraph.